I'm Hunter Z. Eastman, and if you're new here, consider subscribing. And if you've been here before, thanks for coming back. Today, we're talking about my $500 million home. Look at this bad boy. So sleek, so sexy. And did I mention it's only $500 million? Let's get right to it. This house is wild, guys, and if you already felt bad about being poor, well, this video is gonna make you feel even more bad. So I'm sorry for that. But the house is very awesome, nonetheless. And the guy who built it is an absolute goofball, which is also nice. Let's start off with the office, because it's pretty dope.
Big anymore because I've done it so many times, but you know, it is big.
And also, one thing you guys need to know, 10 years in the making, right? 10 years.
December 2012 was when I first bought this land, and we've been pushing ever since. And this office is the only room in the house. The house is surrounded by water, so we have little moats, and we have a total
Look at the view, the bookshelves. That's absolutely ridiculous.
But this office, you'll see every single wall in this office touches water, so it's like it's floating.
This is just incredible. Look at the height of this. I'm 6'2". How high are these ceilings now?
They're probably 24.
Look at that fucking thing. That office is bigger than my entire apartment complex. That's absolutely ridiculous. I've been studying wrong my entire life. And this is probably my favorite part of the house. It's really cool. It's the living room area, and it just goes right outside.
We'll go over. I want to talk to you guys about that because it's something.
Dude, look at that goddamn view.
This is a moat, and the reason that we did a moat here, if you notice, where there is not a moat, you see the glass rail.
Yes.
So in order to have this,
I should have invested in stocks a long time ago. I could be in this house. I could be living it up. Look how green that grass is. Have you ever seen grass that green apart from a golf course? Apart from a baseball field? I mean, man, that is just every dad's lawn mowing dream.
free view to the city, we had to put the glass below, which we'll go to. But so below, we have probably the world's most expensive running track, because you can't run in Bel Air because there's no sidewalk. So now you can run from here all the way to where the front door is.
I feel like you could have found a way to run in LA without installing the most expensive running track into your mansion. That seems a little unnecessary, but it is a nice added feature. This part I'm about to show you is hands down my most favorite part of this entire interview, which is funny because the developer of this house says a lot of stupid things throughout the interview, and this is my favorite one.
I'm a big developer. I have built a lot of houses, no houses like this, but I've learned over time that we really need to start sustaining and trying to do things where we don't just waste. So this is one thing that we found. All of my flowers are artificial, but you could never tell.
Of all the examples you could have used to show that your house is sustainable, you're like, we have fake flowers. I've learned over the times, my years as a developer, that sustainability is something very important to me. I don't want to produce a large carbon footprint. I built this house with the environment in mind. And, well, my staff and I, you know what we figured out would be the best method? Artificial flowers. Thank you for saving the environment, one fake flower at a time. That's how we beat climate change, folks. That is how we frickin' do it. Get rid of all your house plants and go to the store and pick up some artificial ones and know that you have helped Mother Earth. Check out this dining room. Everything about this house is just magnificent. It's absolutely mind-boggling how big it is. Each room is legitimately bigger than my entire apartment. It's kind of depressing.
Semi-truck, and they are so big, but when they come in here, you don't notice. I mean, they look big, but you have no idea how big they look when they come. Yeah, they're gigantic. It's crazy.
They're absolutely huge.
Look at these wine racks.
This is unbelievable.
Never been in here before.
Who needs this?
So like the big bottles will go here, and then the bigger bottles will be here all the way up.
Those type of wine racks are like tourist destinations for people. They're like, oh yeah, I'm traveling to this foreign country, and one of the staples is this restaurant that just has a ridiculous wine rack that you can sit next to, and that wine rack is in this motherfucker's house. Like, how much did that wine rack cost? I would like to know. I wish they displayed the prices of things throughout this interview, but they didn't. This is another cool spot. The outdoor living area. It's pretty mint.
So you guys can see how small this screen is. And this is one of the 5 swimming pools?
Yeah, there's 7 total swimming pool water features total. This is the main pool. It has an infinity on 3 sides. This is the hot tub. And beyond this, I'll show you what we talked about earlier. This is the running track.
Adam, you couldn't even imagine this, right?
Right.
Could not have imagined.
I mean, just look at this. And this is, how much of the house would you say this is, Niall, percentage-wise, that we're looking at?
They say money doesn't buy happiness, and to be frank, I just don't buy that. They also have a nightclub. I don't really care for it. I guess I'll show you guys just for some context so you guys can see how fucking huge this house is.
Well, Paul McLean was the architect, but everything in this house was generally all of my ideas, and I don't want to ever say it was all me, because there were hundreds of people who made this possible, but yes, it was.
What a humble guy.
Me in the very
He didn't have
beginning
to say that.
with a pen, with Paul designing this house. And, you know, the reason that the house is the size that it is.
Shall I do the reveal? Okay, here's the reveal.
So here's one of the.
I recognize the color blue. This is in your other house, the same color. It's
Here's
gorgeous.
one of the most technology forward televisions with no.
There's a whole ass dance floor in this house. I don't even have enough space to dance in my house. And this guy has a dance floor. And then there's some guest bedrooms up in this bitch. We got the sky deck. I guess I'll show you guys that too. It's pretty cool. I forgot about this.
There's the reservoir over there.
There's a putting green. A putting green. And at this point, we're going to move on to part 2 because this house is so big. The tour had to be split up into 2 parts. This guy has a beauty salon in his mansion.
One like pedicure chair. This is a full-blown salon.
Oh, yeah.
There are salons in Beverly Hills smaller than
Why? Why do you need that in your house? I do love the color scheme though. I really like it. I wish it was more throughout the house. But anyways, you can get your hair done in here. You can get your nails done. You can get your feet done. It's baffling. It's baffling. There's a home gym that has steam rooms and things of that nature. A juice bar. Golf simulator. Actually, this room is cool. Ooh, the movie theater's dope too. But where's the bowling alley at? Yeah, there's like this cool gaming lounge they got.
So when I said, Niall, have you got anywhere where we could watch the UFC?
But this is the same house. This is the same house with the office in it. That's crazy.
This is the.
My local bowling alley is shittier than this dude's house.
My
No,
goodness.
this is not it. This is the bowling alley, 4-lane, and then this is a golf simulator.
Oh.
Look at those lights. Think about how expensive those lights are.
Good. Look at the walls. Watch the walls.
I know.
That's just dumb. You know how sick that would be, though? To just have all of this at your disposal? How could you ever get bored in this house? There's just so many activities and so many things that you could do in this house. It's just ridiculous. And then we've got a movie theater that, again, is better than my local movie theater.
Josh, you gotta turn the light off again because I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Like, come on.
I'm just going to stand here for a second.
This is just
Take it
stupid.
in.
Look at the Hermes blankets.
I know. I saw a cashmere blanket. I don't know what to say. These are all electric too. They all have their look.
Oh, let's maybe not look at that. That's Niall's phone. Who knows what's on that?
Oh yeah, I don't care.
I don't know what these buttons do, but
What doesn't this mansion have? Let's get one last shot, the money shot of this house. Put everything in perspective. Man, oh man, do I wish I had the cash to put money down on that place. It's just spectacular. It's completely unnecessary. Nobody in the world needs that. However, don't you want it? Now that we've seen the house tour, it's time to watch this man get interviewed. And my God, does he say some wacky shit as I said at the beginning of this video, I believe his name's Nile, the guy who was touring the house. He's quite the character. He's got some interesting ideas. I hope they pan out for the guy. I mean, it took him 10 years to build this house. Hopefully he gets something out of it.
In the last video, I asked you, what is the best part about this house? In fact, I think it was Adam even that asked you that question. And you said something like, what we can do with the house.
Mm-hmm.
What did you mean? Tell everybody.
Well, I think that I have something very, very exciting, and I believe that I don't have this by chance. I believe that I was always meant to be able to create this house. When we first tried to pull a permit for this house, the plan checker made a mistake and approved it for larger than it should be in the beginning. And then they changed all the rules, making it absolutely impossible to build this house again. Really, the
Get
one is
to the point,
one.
my dude.
And the house is called the One Bel Air.
You're not
My
answering the
show
question.
is called the One. And between those two, I think that we have the ability to really change the world in a very positive way.
When you say change the world in a positive way, how does this house change the world? I need you to explain that.
I will.
This guy's all right. Well, you didn't answer the question, so let me ask you again. You went ahead and said that this house was going to change the world. Could you maybe go ahead and put that in perspective? What exactly does that mean? Did I not tell you that we have fake flowers? Did I not tell you that this house is sustainable, you idiot?
What is being created for this house is a show that everyone will want to watch and identify with because it stars me. I live in the house.
First off, I just want to get it right out the gate. This house is going to change the world. And it's going to change the world because, well, I live in it. And people are going to want to watch me live in this house.
I live in the house with people that I love, and we do crazy things and have crazy parties, but we also help.
We are going to change the world by party rocking.
Doing it is we are creating gigantic boxing matches right in the grass with the world championship boxers that you could ever imagine, and concerts and anything that you could imagine that has a pay-per-view event leading up to the pay-per-view event will be my show. So the talent will come through, the weigh-ins will be here, and we will interact with all of the entertainment that lead to the pay-per-view platform. But the pay-per-view platform will be either a Showtime or our own pay-per-view platform.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to change the world by reformatting the pay-per-view platform. It's just going to absolutely change the game. We're going to help so many people by getting them to buy pay-per-view fights. World hunger, gone. The environment, not a problem.
Let me just interrupt you for a second. So it is also my understanding, based on our previous conversations, and I just want to be very candid with everyone, you also are inviting people to jump on board with this opportunity. Is that correct?
Yes. Now, I am absolutely, because I will say something to you. We have our analysts looking into our numbers, and based on the numbers of previous pay-per-view events, after 3 events in this house, the valuation of this company, not the house, this company, will be $3 to $6.5 billion. That's bigger than Twitter.
This guy would get absolutely roasted on Shark Tank. I definitely appreciate his sentiment to a degree. I mean, he definitely seems like he's very excited about this idea. It does sound like he's trying to change entertainment. He wants to put a good message out there and all that happy horse shit. This dude just rolls up on Shark Tank and is like, so guys, I might have an investment you're rather interested in. Well, you see here, I have this house. And this house, I'm going to throw very big, lavish parties. And I'm also going to get people to buy pay-per-view events that I record on my property. Oh, no way. Okay, that sounds kind of interesting. People do like watching people party. People do like buying pay-per-view events. Have you ever done any of these pay-per-view events before? No. But my numbers guy said that if we did, that we would be bigger than Twitter. Well, like, have you done any tests yet? Like, do you have a pay-per-view event rolling up? Is there any revenue from any of these things you mentioned? No, not yet. But we have the house. And I mean, look at the house. Come on. It's a moneymaker. I'm pretty sure they would not be about it. I'm not a Shark Tank guru, nor am I an investor. But this guy does seem like he's talking a little bit out of his ass.
It is a gigantic opportunity. It is like somebody saying right now to you, you want to buy Twitter the first day it comes out? That's what we're talking about here. And
so just so everybody's clear, what you're saying is you are going to set up a corporation,
yes,
that people can invest in,
yes,
and they can share in the profits and
yes,
participate in all of these events,
yes,
etc.
And let me say something. I want to say it.
And I want to say something before you do.
Okay.
Dude, this legit just sounds like a fucking pyramid scheme. This is literally what a pyramid scheme is.
The reason I think this is very credible is, you pulled off something that I didn't think anybody could ever pull off. You built this house, which is, I think, the most expensive house definitely in America, if not in the world.
Probably in the world, yeah.
Certainly the largest house in the urban world.
Yes.
And it was impossible to do. And
yes,
you have pulled some miracles off.
Yeah.
So I honestly believe that you can also do what you're talking about. And that's why I'm having this out on the channel, because I think this could be something quite spectacular.
It can be, and it's so much bigger than us. I want you to just think of a couple things, like this house happened just to be here right in front of the city, and looking right down below is UCLA.
You bought the property with that in mind. You built the house with that in mind. This house didn't just suddenly magically appear and you took ownership of it, and it was like a gift from the gods, and you woke up and realized, my God, what do I need to do? Pay-per-view events. Let's bring Girls Gone Wild back. Let's go, boys.
Absolutely, without any question, this is something that the world needs, and it's something that I need. I spent 10 years building this house, and for the past 3 years, I am the biggest developer in Los Angeles, and I have the best houses. I couldn't sell one house. 2 years before COVID, I couldn't sell a house. Then COVID came, I couldn't sell a house. Until finally the point I ran.
Okay, guys, this is why I need you to invest in me, okay? So first off, I'm not able to sell any houses. And two, I'm broke. So please help me get out of debt.
And I have a chapter 11 on one of the houses I live in. And this house, I was just notified, has a notice of default placed against it. But I am 100% positive this is going to resolve itself, not only for me, because I've worked for 10 years of my life on this, but for the people of the world and for the investors that are going to come in now. The investors are going to...
Dude, how is a boxing match going to change the world? And I get that you can invest into charities, you can make foundations with all of those profits. However, just the way he's going about talking about it, it's just very odd. It's very odd indeed. Because as he just mentioned, he's broke. So now he's just scrambling around, trying to figure out how he can get people to invest in him.
But they are going to give the ability to make an unbelievable show, probably the best television show that's ever been, and the best events better than they ever were before COVID. And the most important thing,
I've never hosted any of these events. I've never done anything I've mentioned. But guys, I am telling you, I have a vision. And I need you to invest in that vision so we can change the goddamn world.
We are going to teach the world about sustainability through my show, through all kinds of the latest technology like holograms.
When you say holograms, what do you mean holograms?
What the fuck is this guy on, man? What did he smoke before this interview? Dude, we got fucking holograms. Do I need to mention anything else to you? I literally just said we have the ability to make holograms. Why are you not investing? Why have you not already invested?
I have a lot of friends who have more money than they know what to do with. And you understand, if you have $1 billion, how much money you're making a year if it's at 5%? What if you have 2 billion? What if you have 3 billion?
You can never spend that money.
Well, I have a friend who has $3 billion. And when I was in my house looking up at the sky saying I didn't have money to buy a cheeseburger, he wouldn't help me.
I've got no words. That's all I have to say about the $500 million house tour. I wouldn't mind living in it. I know I ribbed this guy a little bit, but hopefully he finds a way to make his dream come true. He's clearly all over the place, but he seems like a nice enough guy with good intentions. Maybe just wait a little while before you decide to invest in this man. Maybe see if he gets those 3 pay-per-views out of the way and then consider investing. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash like, consider subscribing, and as always, I will see you next time. Alright guys, let's go ahead and check it out. Right out the gate, we got this custom green door with these doorknobs imported all the way from Italy. My architect and I really wanted to go for an open design, which is why the living room flows into the dining room and into the kitchen, creating for a really open, great environment for parties. These are really amazing custom built cabinets all the way from Italy. If you can see, dude, they're just stained with this really, really nice brown coloring that my cabinet guy worked on for me. And over here, because my architect and I, we really put a lot of design into this home, and we wanted to make as much use of this space as possible, which is why we designed this really shitty spot between the stairs and the living room that's absolutely good for nothing but storage and just makes the entire apartment look like a shithole. But what we did is we covered it up with this tapestry here to make it appear as though we knew what we were doing. And then over here in the living room, absolutely prime gaming setup. Okay, you got a 4K Ultra TV, the latest PlayStation. I mean the PlayStation 4, VR. I don't know what you can't do in this living room. This chair made out of genuine Italian leather. Over here, we have some art. I believe it's a Picasso, maybe Monet, not totally sure. And we really wanted to make an inviting space. We wanted to try to make a grand staircase leading up to the 2 master bedrooms. If you can see here, it's just perfectly carpeted. And if you follow me up the stairs, more art. Because we want this home to be sophisticated. Over here, we've got this amazing walk-in closet that just fits so many things inside of it. It's absolutely ridiculous. I just love how many things you can fit inside of this closet. It's absolutely fantastic.